Whole sports all plays. Whole sports all plays. Whole sports all plays. 365 with nigga. Whole sports all plays. Whole sports all plays. Whole sports all plays. 365 when making a plays. You talking the game, get you to the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics living the same. All presentation, sports information. Hitting the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. All sports, all plays.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of the Sports Sensei's, your favorite podcast for all of your sports news. Today's episode is a very special one. We have a very special guest, our good sis and friend of the show, Teague, will be joining us on the show to talk about her summer league experience, seeing Victor Wembanyama play in person, as well as the Rockets buzzer beater, the Adam Silver presser. We got a lot of great stuff coming up for you guys also in as well. But before we get started, go ahead and check out this 30-second clip. Sorry. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of the Sports Senseis. I am your host, Sensei, with my two beautiful co-hosts, Jade Nicole, as well as Root the Truth, and our good sis friend of the show, Miss Carolina Teague. Please give it up. Also, shout out to Root the Truth for the nostalgia on the jersey. We see you, sis. We see you, sis. The good classic.
The throwback.
The throwback. You can't go wrong with a good AI jersey. Ladies, how are we today?
We're doing
well. I'm glad y'all invited me. Every time I come on with y'all, I wish y'all were with me at Summer League. Like, we would have had the best
Yo,
time.
you didn't even tell us. You didn't even tell us.
Because I didn't know if I was gonna get credentialed until like 2 days before. So
I hate how they do that.
Yeah.
It really sucks. They play in your face all day with that.
They're like, go ahead and schedule a flight and then book a hotel like last minute. It's okay, you'll figure it out. Like, no.
Right. You may or may not get in. You may or may not.
Fingers crossed. Yeah, and I don't want to like tell people like, hey, come meet me out. And then if I didn't get credentialed, I was gonna cancel my flight because I got the trip insurance, because we on a budget. So it's a credentialed event, but I ended up getting credentialed, so I ended up flying out. But it would have honestly, like, the experience, and I was telling Sensei earlier, like, it would have been 10 times more fun if y'all were there, because I felt really lonely and I felt really small compared to like all the big talent that's there. So it was hardcore.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad that you went, and you definitely represented League of Our Own while you were out there, and we're just so proud of the work that you've been putting in, the content you've been creating. We've been following you for a while. This isn't the first time we've had you on the show, but it has been a while. So just welcome back, Carolina Teague.
Yes, welcome back.
I know it's always been too long, and whenever I'm without y'all, I feel so lonely. I get so lonely.
You better bust it out, Carolina. Bust it out. It's a multifaceted show.
Anybody hold me?
I was going to start body rolling in a second. But anyway, so since we're talking about Summer League, like I said, we know that you were out there and you have Spurs access. So we definitely want to pick your brain a little bit in regards to seeing Victor Wembanyama play in person. What was that experience like? What did you see anything while watching him play that jumps out at you that maybe could transcend to the actual when the regular season starts? Like, what was that experience like?
Yeah, so first and foremost, that what you said was really loaded because let's talk about Spurs access, right? Spurs
Yes.
access is by the grace of God for me because last year, mid-season, not too many people know this, but my credentials were revoked mid-season. And it was my goal to be on the court the very next home game. And so I contacted one of my good friends, Hector Ledesma, the sports director for a TV station here, Sports Tonight. Him and I have a great relationship, and he has been an angel on earth when it comes to, being a sports director in the city of San Antonio and representing minorities really well. Got me the access. I was back on the home court. At that time, the Spurs were they didn't have a great record. Okay. They're one of the most, they were the bottom of the barrel when it came to a record in the league. And it was only, I would go to every home game and it was just me and probably about 5 other people at the games. Now, and we had asked, how do we get access in case you guys get Wemby? And the answer was like, it's going to be very difficult because every big time reporter is going to want to cover it. So like I said, by the grace of God, I get to cover, I have had access to cover Victor Wembanyama through Sports Tonight via the Las Vegas Sports Network, and we're working on getting that through League of Our Own now. So just being able to cover that is a blessing on its own. It's been a great experience, and just even if it's been incredible, first of all, and I'm very thankful for the people in my circle and in my corner that have supported me along this journey. And as far as Wemby's concerned, his summer league performance, I really think that what I stood out to me the most is that he's kind of like a Justin Bieber or a Beatles, if you will, or a Michael Jackson. I've never seen an NBA player get this type of rock star treatment. Not Britney Spears. Not
Did
Britney
you
Spears.
see her get slapped? Or
I did.
Were you there for that?
I was not there for that. I was trying to run into her, but because I am a Britney fan, I feel bad for whatever she went through with her mental health and things like that. But she came out with a video yesterday. I don't know if you guys saw that.
I did see that, and
She did.
I'm
Yeah.
What happened? What happened? Fill me in.
She's demanding a public apology from Wemby, but in this last video, she acknowledged that she got a private apology. And my stance on that is, I love Britney. She's gone through a lot. But Britney Spears, you already got your apology. It was a private apology because it was a private matter. Victor Wembanyama did not make this situation public. The San Antonio Spurs did not make this situation public. It was private through and through. The only reason why it hit the media was because Britney went to file a police report. And if she wanted to, she most absolutely can. It got in the hands of TMZ. Then she made a public announcement that she wants a public apology. Then Wemby said his piece, and it just turned into a firestorm after that. And now we're in a world where Britney Spears and Victor Wembanyama, generational talent, have collided, and now they're synonymous with each other. And Britney fans are really attacking Victor Wembanyama. And just by me following Britney and being a fan of her, her fans were able to get her 13-year conservatorship overturned. They were extremely ruthless in that. And if you go to the Spurs social media comments and Victor Wembanyama's comments, they're exactly the same way with them as well. They are relentless with demanding that public apology. But my thing is, get your foot off the gas, Britney. He already apologized to you privately. Just accept the private apology. No apology is the worst apology. And a private apology to me is way better than a public one. A public one means you're doing it to appease the public. A private one means they're telling you personally, we are sorry. They already did it. Let it go.
So she wants an apology from Victor himself, but I mean, was it even Victor that?
Yeah, it was the security guard that actually put hands on her.
She should be asking the Spurs organization for an apology.
She has asked Victor Wembanyama, or she said it nobody publicly. So she doesn't care if it's from Wemby. She doesn't care if it's from the security team, or she doesn't care if it's from the organization. She just wants a public apology from somebody. And I got dragged because I originally had stated prior to the video coming out that she did deserve an apology, because if she didn't get one, she was going to get her fans on Victor Wembanyama. He's a 19-year-old generational talent. He shouldn't have to deal with that social media drama right now at this moment. Get the fans off of him and issue the apology. That didn't sit well with Spurs fans, but I stood on what I said because I understand how Britney fans can be, and I still stand on that. Prior to the video coming out, the video comes out, my stance has changed.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. I mean, I I hate that happened because I mean we're all '90s babies, so we all grew up in the era of Britney Spears when she was like way bigger than Victor could even imagine. Honestly, to know how big Britney was, like you had to be there because it's one of those things you can't really describe. But at the same time, like she has gone through a lot with the whole mental health thing and just the different battles with her family and things of that nature. So I always try to give her grace in that sense, but like asking for a public apology like sis, you're doing too much. Like he already apologized. Like let it go. Like what do you want him to publicly apologize for? Do you want the attention? Are you trying to get back in the spotlight? Like what exactly is going to help with that public apology?
And my thing is, a lot of people, you know, there's a lot of people who are hardcore Wemby fans, and they say Britney is irrelevant. Britney is not irrelevant. She's Britney MF Spears. I don't care how you spin it, how old she is. Age ain't nothing but a number. It doesn't matter how old Britney is. Britney is timeless. Britney has more fans than you can count, and fans that people dream of. They got a 13-year conservatorship overruled. She's a hit maker. She was very good friends with Michael Jackson. She's done damn near everything you can think of, and even as up until last year, there was tons of documentaries coming about her conservatorship, and she regained her popularity because of the Free Britney movement. So it's not like she's just some schmuck Z-list celebrity. This is A-list Britney MF Spears. Now, granted, she might be all there, but I think that it is asinine to compare the fans of Victor Wembanyama to the fans of Britney Spears. They're not one of the same. Victor is huge, don't get me wrong, but not bigger than Britney Spears at the moment.
Right.
Not at all. Definitely
agree. So what was his play on the court that maybe surprised you? Like, how did you feel about his first game? I mean, he scored like what? He was like 2 for 12 in his first game. Kind of
and got yammed on.
Yeah, that by Kai Jones, and that was and the whole time I was watching the game, I thought Kai Jones playing absolutely incredible. I did not think he was going to posterize Victor Wembanyama, but my thoughts on his initial first game was he was rusty, and you know, it's kind of like ring rust in the boxing ring. You're going to be rusty. You just got off his French league, you know, doing the whole French league thing. He even said himself he was dealing with the fatigue. He was not using an open court, and he wasn't able to perform the way that we're normally used to seeing him. And because of that, and you could tell in the locker room, he's a very nice gentleman, but when the questions were asked about his performance, you could tell that was not something that he was happy about. He wasn't happy about his performance. So definitely not a performance he was happy about himself. He obviously, you know, is dealing with the whirlwind of the media and needed to get back. The second game, though, that showed me a whole lot more. He had a rebound, got the putback. That was an incredible play. He also had other plays during that game, scored 20 plus points that were just showing great on the defensive side of the ball as well. Showed that not only when he shows up offensively and defensively, that's why he is the generational talent that he is. And I think that he was criticized so much for his lack of offense, going 2 for 12, like you said, but also on his defensive side. In that first game, people were really just kind of like waving that off, but he played really good defense on that first game.
Yeah. What about the second game? Because I feel like the second game he kind of got his feet under him. He bounced back really well. I believe he had 29 points in that game. He looked a lot more comfortable. Do you think that it finally like settled in exactly what the experience of the NBA is going to be like for him, or is that something that he's still going to have to learn?
No, and it hasn't, because he told Rachel Nichols, which is another thing that's going viral, because honestly, it seems like he cannot catch a break right now. This is another thing that just went viral today, and this is why Rachel Nichols retweeted me, because I was sitting next to her. I got the video of him responding in full about what happened. He was basically saying, because she was saying, how is Summer League compared to the Euro League? And he was saying that it's more of an open court, it's less physical, but the NBA has so much talent, and I have to focus on my conditioning. I have to focus on my rest. I have to plan my workouts. I have to plan my vacations. I have to get with the Spurs organization to see where I'm going to be practicing. I have to plan all these things, and I'm going to stay off of social media and focus on conditioning for that first game of the NBA season, which is the Spurs way, by the way. Yeah. So he's focusing on all of those things, and Bleacher Report clips the end. They put under caption, Wemby says about the NBA, it's less physical.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
that's going viral. And that's a
Mhm.
misquote because that's not what he said. He was talking about his first 2 games at the Summer League. And even if it is less physical, let's just be real for just a second. When American players say that in the 80s and the 90s, the NBA was way more physical than you see now, it's way softer, and we're in a less physical NBA era, and then a European player says it, why is it a problem?
That's a good point.
Facts.
I think
That's
it's
what
because they look at the NBA. The NBA is held to such a standard, and it's like the NBA is supposed to be here, and everybody else is supposed to be under that.
Mhm.
But the problem, what I don't think what people realize is that all these other leagues are catching up to the NBA. Like the separation isn't that vast anymore. That's why we have the Lucas, we have the Jokic, we have the Giannis. Like these guys came into the league NBA ready already because they were playing against grown men as teenagers.
Mhm.
So it's not like they, you know what I'm saying? Like it's not like how it used to be, like how even in the 80s and 90s the NBA was head and shoulders above everybody. It's not that way anymore. Basketball has evolved, so they have to accept the fact that Euro League and NBA and the NBA is a lot closer than what people think.
Mhm. And also,
Go
sorry,
ahead.
real quick, even Luca that you just mentioned, he
Mhm.
even said it was more difficult in the EuroLeague when it comes to physicality
Yeah.
standpoint. And Ruth, I'm sorry, what were you saying?
No, I was just gonna say, like, I think these days of the NBA, it's more about your skill than physicality. I
Yeah.
think it's more about your handles. It's more about how you create your own shot, and they're
Mhm.
kind of straying away from it being like tackle football out there on the court. So,
Yeah.
which makes the game more enjoyable, which brings in the views. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
Exactly.
NBA is up there with NFL, so they're obviously doing something right.
Exactly. It's the entertainment factor. They want to see entertainment. They want to see people do crossovers and shoot from half court and like stuff. And you, if it's a more physical game, you're not gonna have that. That's just the reality. But Jay, what do you think happened there for a
Yeah,
second?
no, I've been following it, everything that happened, it's a whirlwind. I want to ask CT, what do you think about this? Article came out that his agent said that they're not going to focus on putting weight on him. They just want to, that is not the goal. We are not trying to put weight on him. So it's talking about him getting stronger and building his core or whatever. Do you think like, hey, bro, we need to see like 15 extra pounds on you so you can really get in there and dominate? Because 7'4", you got the height, bro, but you got to be able to, get down low and check somebody with an elbow or something, get a little bit more behind you. But his agent said they're committed to not putting any weight on Wemby. What do you think?
You know what? Like, let's look at Zion Williamson, for example. He's considered the only obese player in the NBA, which is unfair, honestly, because we all like tacos, you know what I'm saying? But
Indeed.
yeah,
Factual.
so it's okay to have a little weight. Okay, it's okay to have a little stomach, but he's always injured all the time. And also, when it comes to putting on weight, I understand why there's a fear factor for people to say, hey, he needs to gain 10 to 15 pounds. And in one of my Instagram reels, that was the main comment that I was getting about his weight, was that he is so skinny and blah blah blah. First of all, it's a blessing to be skinny, and don't as women we all want to be skinny. Okay,
I mean, he's
that's how
19.
He's
That too.
He's so young.
Even with
19-year-old Ruth, if I turn to the side, I disappear. Like,
girl, you and me both.
Age and all that stuff, he's going to put on weight. But also, let's think about it like this. I see why they're saying that, because you have the big centers in the league. You got the Joel Embiids, you have the Jokic. They're going to dominate him as a center. Well, the San Antonio Spurs system, they may not have him as a center. I think he'd be better at the 4 as a power forward, just like a Tim Duncan was, because he would be more successful in that position, in my opinion, because people who are of big size aren't necessarily playing that 4 role. So he's going to actually be of quality size in that role. Now, granted, there are bigger players, but it's not going to be like being a center. So having him as a power forward rather than having him as a center like everybody's projecting him to be, then in my opinion, that's the position that he's going to play. It wouldn't surprise me if he did, because Greg Popovich developed the best power forward, in my opinion, of all time, Tim Duncan, and that is what his expertise is. So if they don't want to put weight on him, they don't have to. The Spurs are really, really good about getting players conditioned and where they want to be. Keldon needed to put on weight. Keldon put on weight. They wanted Keldon to size down. Keldon sized down, and they put him on a strict diet. And even when I ask the Spurs players about their diets, they are very careful about what they say, because they know that the league is the Spurs organization is watching them. So if there's anybody who's going to put them in the right weight that they need to be, it will be the San Antonio Spurs, because their doctors and their nutritionists and their medical people are top notch, and they will stay on you to make sure that you are where you're supposed to be at size wise.
I don't know if Kawhi would agree with that, but
Kawhi might have something to say about that. But look at Kawhi Leonard now. Look at Kawhi Leonard now. What is he doing? Nothing.
That's a good point.
How long has he been hurt?
Amen.
Yo, he's been clipping for the clips. Clipping.
Yeah, listen, clips gonna clip. I keep trying to tell you, Ruth. One day you will listen to me. Clip
so CT, I know we don't have too much more of your time. I want to just.
I can go to 9:15, 9:20, so I'll be good.
Okay, so let's talk about this Greg Popovich 5 more years. How do you feel about this? There's some people that are saying if he doesn't have a stacked team, he's not winning games. It's time for the San Antonio Spurs to move on. What is your response to those takes?
Well, that was the whole thing that was the elephant in the room, because any other coach who underperformed and was tanking, like they said the Spurs were, they would have been fired. Mm-hmm. It doesn't matter how much success you've had. Any coach who's has a losing record like that would have gotten fired. They fired Coach Bud, and he was in the playoffs.
I know. I couldn't believe that.
You see what I'm saying? They fired coaches that were in the playoffs, and they didn't fire Coach Pop. Obviously, there's politics involved in that, but I do think that there was a grand scheme to get Victor Wembanyama as the number 1 lottery pick, because if it wasn't, then they would have fired him already. So that was the first thing that stood out to me. The second thing that stood out to me is that everybody said Pop was on the verge of retiring, but I think because they have Victor Wembanyama, Pop has made it very clear he's really excited to coach a young core. And it does not surprise me that they re-signed him, because he is the greatest coach of all time. And you could argue that it's Phil Jackson, because that's my personal favorite coach growing up. But I think that there's something special about Greg Popovich as a coach. And, we can have that conversation for another day of who's better. But Greg Popovich is the greatest coach of all time. And it doesn't surprise me they inked him to a 5-year deal, because he has made it clear he's excited about coaching the young core, and I think they tanked on purpose. Now,
is he going into his 70s now?
I think he's in his 70s. I don't know his exact age, but I think he's already in his 70s.
Wow.
Yeah, if he's not, he should be pretty close. He's been coaching for a long time.
Popovich to me is like Bill Belichick of the Patriots.
You
right. Like, I don't think it doesn't matter how long they lose. He's a part of that organization for life. And if they can keep him on life support till he's 150, they're probably going to try to do that. So, how you feel about your Spurs, Jay?
Man, I'm telling you.
I was going to say,
as long as they don't have Popovich with that oxygen tank, I'm good. Like, we don't need
wheeling it around the court,
Yeah, like, come on, don't do that to Pop. But go ahead, Jay. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say the Spurs are the most winningest organization in professional sports. The San Antonio Spurs are. So it's like, look, hey, we understand our big 3 are gone. We had to rebuild, right, and be in that time or whatever. But Pop's the head of basketball operations as well. So they're like, oh, we got Wemby. Oh yeah, we going again. Let's go ahead and run this, because we're trying to get one more championship at least before Pop get out of there. He's like, we can do it. We can build around him. So I'm excited. I'm excited for the city of San Antonio. Like, just, man, seeing like all the clips and the fans or whatever, because this is the only professional sports team, right, that we have, San Antonio. And so I'm just excited to see what happens. But I mean, his first game to a second game, you already saw him. Skip Bayless said he kind of moves like a bard. Jesus. All of his handles and step back, right? Like he's up here lanky, but he's going between his legs, and I don't know. He's not the regular big man, right? Like, you've seen him.
No, he's not.
The ball handling, got a little bit of something.
Skip Bayless has a point. He does have a point, but
I hate when he's right.
No, he's a very smart person. Skip Bayless does have a really good point, but at the same time, Skip Bayless is also known to be a fake Spurs fan. I just thought I'd throw it out there.
Is there some tea that needs to be spilled?
I don't know. I just always see Spurs fans on Twitter always saying he's not a real Spurs fan.
Oh,
I thought he loved Luka and the Dallas Mavericks.
No, he hates Luka.
Yeah, and didn't
he hates Luka?
He does not like Luka at all. He never has anything good to say about Luka.
He wore a Kawhi jersey or something like that. And I think Spurs fans, that made them mad. Yeah, something like
the Clippers Kawhi jersey. Yeah. I remember, and he wore them orthopedic shoes too that Kawhi got on with that jersey.
Orthopedic shoes.
Yeah.
He was wrong. He know he was wrong. He was wrong.
But Skip Bayless does have a point. Like he does move more like a guard, and he's got a point there. It's a really good. He's right.
Yeah. Well, before you go, Carolina, we have one more question for you. So, were you there for the Rockets buzzer beater? Did you get to see that? Like, were you?
Oh.
Were you in the building for that? Did you get to witness that? And if you did, what was your reaction?
I was there because I got there early. Right after that was the Spurs game, and the way that the media was, since you ladies didn't go, and I wish you guys were there, the way that the media was set up, usually, like I said, it bothers me a little bit because last year nobody wanted to cover the Spurs. This year, every media chair was filled up, and if you did not have a media chair, you had to go sit somewhere else. And there was a ton of media there for Wemby. All the media seats were taken. I had to sit in my chair the entire time. I could not get up from my chair. So I'm sitting there watching the Rockets game against the Blazers, right? And killing time. And there's literally media people. There's laptops. If you had your laptop there and you weren't sitting in your seat, they pushed your laptop to the side, put their laptop there, and they sat right there in your seat, and they told you to move around when you came back. So that's how aggressive the media was being.
Wow.
So I was there. I was watching the buzzer beater. Jabari Smith Jr., honestly, incredible. The crowd absolutely, just went crazy. And it was, I think, 0.6 seconds left on the clock. He hit the game winner. He scored 33 points that night. And that was actually one of the people that I said on my last podcast was my favorite standout player in the summer league. Then he played against the Pistons, had 38 points. And he really showed how good he was in that game. He is able to hit threes. He can grab boards. He can get blocks. And he's definitely a standout to me. And he was just in for the kill. And I loved it. I loved it.
Yeah, that was really some soft defense from the Blazers at that point. I was just like, what are they doing? Just completely just not playing great defensively in that last, 0.6 seconds or something crazy like that. But it was awesome to see Jabari really take the wind away from Wemby for just a second before that Spurs game started. But overall, CT, what was your experience like covering the summer league?
Overwhelming. Overwhelming. I felt really small in a sea full of sharks, and but it was an experience that I won't forget. And the next time I go, I'll be more prepared. And hopefully I do a better job. I wasn't really satisfied with my work. So next time I come around, I do want to do a much better job at covering what I'm covering. So that's my ultimate goal next year. So I wasn't satisfied with my work, but I'm very grateful to be a part of the Las Vegas Sports Network and them giving me the opportunity to cover Summer League. So I'm really thankful for them.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we'll be with you next year, CT. So you won't be by yourself. We are
planning a trip out there for the Las Vegas Aces and the playoff run. So if you want to do some WNBA coverage for League of Her Own or for your organization, that would be really, really great. So
hey, if y'all go out there, if my budget is good, I definitely will meet out there. And I think we would have a budget if we all got like an Airbnb or something.
Yeah, I mean, I'm down to get a room on the Strip. I mean, I'll pay for the room if y'all pay for the flights.
Listen, I'm gonna say we've already. You know what, Carolina? What's gonna happen? We're just gonna add you to our group chat, and we will all discuss this in the group chat so that we can get all on the same page. But thank you so much, sis, for coming.
Work trip / girls trip, because like I said, I was lonely. I was like, ugh. So work trip / girls trip, and seeing women play, it honestly would be like honestly, it'd be like a movie. So
yeah, what did you do in your off time when the summer league wasn't going on?
So we see you in your little outfit.
Yeah, I was saying I seen a couple outfits, I seen a couple cocktails. You know what I'm saying? I seen a few.
Don't be
things.
calling her out. Those were mocktails.
I'm just playing.
Yeah.
I'm just playing.
So I drank my first marijuana drink.
Wow.
Yeah, I drank my first marijuana drink. My Uber driver was super nice. He was the nicest Uber driver on planet Earth. He was like, if you want to, I can stop at the liquor store and I can stop at the weed store. And I was like, well, weed's legal in Las Vegas. I don't want to drink during this trip. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some weed. So I went to the marijuana store and I got a marijuana drink. And I never had one before, but I had seen a YouTube video about somebody trying one. I didn't see the full video. I was like, oh, I know they exist. So I purchased a marijuana drink, the lowest milligrams. It was $7. It was lemon haze flavored. And so the lady at the desk, she told me, drink half of the marijuana drink, wait 30 minutes, see how you feel. And if you don't feel the effects, come back and finish the rest of the drink 30 minutes later. So I chugged half the drink, did what she said. I was following her rules, walked around the hotel. I knew 30 minutes had passed by and I was like, I'm not feeling the effects. Let me go back to the hotel and finish the drink. So I went to the hotel. I finished. So within about an hour, I finished my marijuana drink. And about an hour later, I ended up at a Sweetie concert.
Wow. I saw that. I was like,
that for you. How much
How much
fun was that?
It was so much fun, and I was like, I skipped the line. I had to pay. Like, I don't know how I waltzed in there.
Yeah, that's how it is in Las Vegas.
Listen,
if you're a good-looking girl, as you are, like you can get free like anywhere. So
I think the main part was the marijuana drink, because if I wouldn't have wandered to that part of the hotel, and I was like, Sweetie, I love Sweetie. That's kind of how it went down.
Yeah,
that's kind of how it went down. I wouldn't have gone, but I was like, I love Sweetie. She's a Cancer like me.
Cancer gang.
Yeah. So anyway, that was what I did in my off time. I went to a Sweetie concert, and then I went to a Fabulous concert. And at the Fabulous concert, and I told people here, because people here in San Antonio, they said, is San Antonio boring? I said, yes. Compared to Vegas, yes. Because you do not see people who are at the Met Gala at a club. I went to Fabulous concert. Carmelo Anthony was there. Lala was there, his ex. And so was Kevin Hart. I've never seen those people up close in my life. So
Kevin Hart is so tiny.
That's hilarious.
Tiniest man ever.
Yeah.
No, Floyd is tiny. You want to see tiny? That man is tiny.
Yeah.
Floyd is same height as me.
He packed a punch.
Yeah, it was cool. But like I said, I think my favorite part was the Sweetie concert for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Awesome. I love. So if we have a girls' night, guess what we're gonna be doing?
Girls trip. Here we go.
We're gonna have a girls' night. That's for
girls
sure.
Trip. We need to make one night our girls' concert night. Girls' concert night. Girls' concert, girls' comedy, girls' magic, whatever we do, it has to be like girls' dinner / night. So budget for that, y'all.
Yes,
budget for that. We need a budget for that. That one night where we just have that night where we have a good time.
So we're thinking when is the playoffs of the WNBA?
October, right, Jay? I think you were saying
I think
it was
October
end of
time.
October.
I think end of October is gonna be our time.
Finals time.
Yeah, that's gonna be.
Oh, they definitely gonna be in the finals for sure.
That's gonna be so much
for
fun.
Sure.
Yeah.
We definitely gotta do a girls' night. I was thinking of this idea earlier this morning. I was like, maybe one of the days where we're not going to the game or something like that, we can hit the strip and I don't know if you guys have seen the street interviews and stuff like that people do.
Yeah.
They just go to random people and just ask them random sports questions, or we could just do random debates like that. I feel that would be so much fun.
We could do
that.
Yeah.
We could do a one-on-one NBA challenge, like KD or LeBron.
Yes. And make
Giannis to Joker.
We need to make posters like with our ads and then put like the big
Yes.
that way they know we're like
for sure.
yeah.
Okay, I like that. I
Yeah,
like
Do you
that.
guys wanna
yeah.
Do you guys want to just go tomorrow? Can we just go tomorrow?
Don't tempt me. I told you. Don't tempt me.
I know, right?
I got those American Express points. Don't tempt me.
Hello. What? Balling on Ruth's credit card. Period.
Let's go. They
Just
just extended my my limit. So I'm like, why do they do
Oh,
that to
no,
me
they
every
didn't.
time?
Don't do that.
I
Don't
can't.
do that.
They do that.
Ooh,
CT,
gonna be
thank you
enjoying-
so much for
we got
joining
people
us
today.
on the Sports Senseis. We appreciate you so much.
Yes,
Please let our audience know where they can find you, where they can get plugged in, and where they can find your content, all that.
Yeah, League of Our Own is on every single Wednesday here at Vodpop Media Studios at Carolina Teague _ on TikTok at Carolina Teague Sports, on YouTube at Carolina, I don't even know, just Carolina Teague Sports. Type it in. You go find me. Instagram, Twitter, all that stuff. And I also bring it out, so I'll be doing more shows soon. Jay, I need you on the podcast soon. You're in San Antonio. Definitely need to get you on. I miss y'all so much. So always a pleasure.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank
thank
you
you for
so much
coming
for
on.
coming
guys.
in.
We
Thanks.
appreciate
Thank
you.
you.
Bye, ladies.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, so ladies,
She's such
before
a gem. I love
yeah,
her.
I love her so much. Listen, that's my good Chicago cancer sis. We are so
And
lucky.
I get so frustrated when I see people coming for her on social media.
Man,
I'm like,
doesn't
yo,
it-
leave
no,
this
dude.
talented gem alone. Like y'all
It
just
pisses
sound
me
so
off, yeah.
sour. Like
Anytime she
just
calls me
haters,
and like
grown
yeah.
men, like 50-year-old men coming at her, like just oh my
crazy,
gosh.
and
Stop,
it
just stop.
like she'll call me sometimes and tell me like some stuff like because as cancers we are sensitive people. So sometimes she'll call me with some stuff, and I'll be madder than her. Like, do I need to just come to San Antonio? Like, what's going on? Like, but yeah, it's
crazy.
It's ridiculous. But that's just what it's like being a woman every day, and especially being a woman in sports. So
yes.
So I actually just saw something on Instagram, and I wanted to run it by you ladies because I found it to be
Hit me.
So Mr. Kevin Durant,
Kevin,
Mr. KD, Mr. Easy Money Sniper, if you will. Let me see I gotta see what page that was on. I think it was Bleacher Report. Hold on.
Oh no, we got some
Pull it up
Kevin
real quick.
Durant breaking news right here on the Sports Senseis.
Yes, we do. So
hello, Jay. What's up, Dylan? Saying hi to the comments real quick.
What's going on? What's up? What's up to all the people in the comments? Shout out to my girl Gianna, who's in the comments as well. She's watching the show. So shout out to you, girl.
What's up, girl?
So fans said to Kevin Durant that defense wins championships, and his response was, "Offense wins you championships." So I want to know, what do you guys think? Do you guys think that defense wins you championships or offense? And real quick before you answer, there was a comedian who posted in the comments that said KD just proved why he hasn't won outside of the Warriors. He doesn't know what wins championships. During the Warriors title run, they were at top 3 in defensive efficiency, except KD's last year there. KD responded and said, a trash-ass comedian telling a 2-time champ that he doesn't know what it takes to win. Stuff be crazy out here, and he did not say stuff. So, yeah. So what do you guys think? Defense or offense?
I think offense wins championships. That is going to be, when it comes to the NBA offense, for sure. We saw the Nuggets, who just won their first championship, be really efficient from the 3-point line. Yes, they played great defense, but the offense is what took them over the edge. We have players like Stephen Curry that's averaging like 32 points a game. His offense, what he brings offensively for the Warriors, it's what brings them championships and why they have a dynasty. So when it comes to the NBA, you have to have legit defense, but your offense is going to set you apart from the rest of the league.
For sure. What do you think, Jay?
First of all, let me say, KD, 2-time champion, what it takes to go to a 72 and 19. 72 and 9. Is that right?
Shots fired. Yep, 73 and 9.
That's what it takes to be a 2-time champion, to go join the Golden State Warriors and get your rings. Because what have you done without him? Without the Warriors? What have you? Do I see a championship? Have you led a team? You don't know nothing. Oh, he was the best player on the team, even though Steph Curry, he got the 2 MVPs. Bro, you went to a stacked team, made them even more stacked, and you won some championships. Calm down. Stop yourself. Talk to me when you are the leader of the team. When you put the whole team on your back and you take them to the promised land and you win. Then holler at me. Please don't. And let's not get into him and his little Twitter wars. bro, be above that, right? You the star, you the champion, you the woo. Stop. Just stop. Don't even comment. You make yourself look stupid. So that's first of all. Number two.
Here she go.
I do see the league has changed, right? It is an offensive game. Steph Curry came in and changed the way of the game. Everybody's taking 3-point shots from half court and farther, right? It's all about the shooting. It's all about the 3 points. So we've seen crazy games, 130, 40, 150, 160 point games that we've never seen before, right? It is an offensive league. Yes, I do think you still need to have a strong defense because you need to be able to stop that offense. Now, clearly, although we didn't win, the Lakers, hey, they showed the Warriors what was up. All that 3-point shooting, all Steph Curry-ness wasn't enough. The size mattered, and they got it done, right? So it's just going to depend. When we match up at teams and we look at it, but yes, the NBA has become shooting, threes, half court or beyond. We're scoring 130, 40, 50, 160 points. It is crazy ridiculous now. So before I would have said defense, but the way the league is built now and how everybody wants to shoot, it's offense, threes, raining threes, Splash Brothers, all of that, all day, every day.
Yep.
Wow. I was not expecting Jay to
right. She was kind of quiet all show, then all of a sudden she had to pop up. She don't like KD. That's the thing. Anytime you start bringing up KD, she just
Kyrie.
Real hype.
What do you have against K names? Because KD, Kyrie, what's going on? No, honestly, I agree with Jay because at the end of the day, like, it's really hard for me to take serious when he says certain things about what it takes to win a championship, because if there was a map for easy, he got to be front and center of that map, like, because that is the easiest route to a championship I've ever seen. You literally went to a team with two of the greatest shooters we've ever seen. You didn't have to really you could drop 30 in your sleep by yourself. You join those two guys, that's hello, easy money. Like, word to your nickname, like, that's easy money. So it's really hard to take serious when he talks about what it takes to win a championship, because it wasn't really that hard for him. But at the same time, granted, no matter what we think about it, he still is a 2-time champion. Now, what I will say is this: the game today, offense wins championships for sure. It doesn't matter. Look at a team like the Miami Heat. They were a great defensive team. Didn't matter. Denver shot the lights out. You know what I'm saying? The Warriors, the years that they won the championships, they played good defensive teams. Didn't matter. They shot the lights out. So he's right. In the sense of how the game is now, offense definitely wins championships. If you were talking maybe 10 or so years ago, then I could understand somebody saying defense wins championships. But nobody plays defense in the NBA like that anymore. Like, let's keep it real. Like, there's not really teams that are hell bent on being a great defensive team. They play good enough defense, but as far as making that a priority, like, we're going to be lockdown defenders, that's a thing of the past. So as of right now, he's right. Like, offense does win championships. If you can score the most points, more than likely you're going to win the championship, or you're going to win the game. So he's not all the way wrong, but he got to get tougher skin, bro. Like, you can't. Are you going to really comment back to every single person that has something wrong to say about you, like, or says something that you don't particularly like? Everybody's not gonna like you, KD, and that's okay. For somebody who claims to be so unbothered, he is the most bothered person I have ever seen. Because
that's exactly why he gets attacked the way he does.
Exactly, because they know eventually if they poke long enough, you're gonna respond. And it's like, dude, you are making millions. Like I said, irregardless of what we say, I could criticize KD all day. It does not change the fact that he's a 2-time champion. It does not change the fact that he's a millionaire. It does not change the fact that he lives in a nice house and probably drives a nice car and all these, like, none of that changes.
Yeah.
But two things could be true. My opinion could be true. You still could be all of those things. Like, let it go. I really don't. It's really a perplexing thing. I don't understand why he gets so worked up when people have things to say about him. Like,
yeah,
they say things about everybody.
When you find yourself creating burner accounts just for you to stand up for yourself on social media, that is just taking it too far. And that's exactly why everybody be coming for him, because they know that you could press the button and you'll get a response when you got 7 followers to your name. So that's just how KD ride.
Yeah, and I don't get it. I really don't get it. Like, does he think he's the only superstar that gets criticized? Like, does he think that he exists in a world where it's just him? Everybody's
I'm
just mad at
telling
him?
you, that move from OKC to the Warriors is what put a bullet or a bullseye on his back for sure. And he wasn't ready for that type of pushback from the media. He wasn't ready for it. But I mean, when you're going to go from OKC, a smaller franchise, to a dynasty like the Golden State Warriors, in the fashion in which you did when they just beat you in the playoffs, like it put a bullseye on his back for sure.
Absolutely. And I mean, listen, it's one of those things where, like, if you're going to make a decision, you got to be willing to stand on that decision. 10 toes. Like, you can't have this back and forth battle of like trying to do. What are you defending? You did it. It already happened. Like, y'all made the history. Like, there's no going back. So what exactly are you arguing?
Right.
You trying to justify what you like? It's weird. I don't know. It's weird. What do you got?
Things are looking bright though for KD.
Yeah.
I think they have an opportunity to make something happen with Bradley Beal, Devin Booker, and Kevin Durant in Phoenix. But is it going to be enough to push them over the edge to beat a team like the Denver Nuggets? I'm not too sure. So
yeah,
I'm just excited for NBA to start up. That's all.
Yeah, honestly, true.
And NFL's right around the corner too. So woo,
yeah, NFL's around the corner. So any NFL hot takes?
Any NFL hot takes? I mean, they still got Dalvin Cook floating around there, which I'm surprised that he hasn't gotten signed. My boy Ezekiel Elliott still hasn't gotten signed.
Dang, I forgot about that.
Yeah, how is Aaron Rodgers and the Jets gonna do? Who knows?
Who knows? I hope good, because boy, if he stinks it up.
The Bucks are gonna be practicing with the New York Jets during their team facility practices that they have during training camp. So I'm excited because I've already signed up for credentials for that because I want to see me some Aaron Rodgers for sure. But
yeah, I hope Aaron Rodgers has a good year, because boy, if he don't, it's gonna be
in trouble.
For that. Oh my goodness,
that New York media is ruthless.
They gonna eat that man alive, so he better hope he can put his money where his mouth is, because it's gonna get bad for that man. It's gonna get. What do you think? What about you, Jay? You got any NFL?
I was gonna say. So my thing is that is it today or was it yesterday? Premiere of Quarterback on Netflix, and I will be watching my dude Patrick Mahomes. It's Patrick Mahomes. Look, everybody else don't even matter. Marcus Mariota, and what's the old boy from the Vikings? What's his name?
Dalvin Cook?
Or no, who the quarterback.
Oh,
quarterback.
Kirk Cousins.
Kirk Cousins, yeah. So it's them three. So I'm excited to watch this. Already quote from the show. There's a picture. There's a comment of him talking to his dad after Patrick got hurt in the game against Jacksonville, saying that I know we match up better against the Bills, but I want the Bengals. And then he went to work. So I'm excited to watch this. I'm like, okay, I'm already ready to get in to my thing. So something I have going on that I'm excited about. I am headed to Phoenix, Arizona, August for a long weekend in August, and I'm gonna go to preseason Cardinals Broncos game. So I'm gonna see we'll see Kyler Murray throwing some passes a little bit out there. We're gonna see if Russ look any better, because his legacy on the line.
Yeah,
his legacy, he gotta come and ball out. He got to ball out this year because it's looking low. So we'll see what kind of passes he has.
Amen.
Yeah, so I'm excited to catch that.
You can't have Sierra out there looking crazy this year, right?
No.
Oh my gosh.
You gotta step it up, brother. You're gonna have to step it up. Your legacy on the line. So excited to see that, and I'm gonna catch a Diamondbacks game. So my bucket list thing is to go to all the stadiums. So I'm gonna go
all
check off
32
two
NFL
off the
stadiums.
list.
Oh, that's
so
dope.
it's MLB, NBA, and NFL. So we're making it happen. I always try to do it to where I can get like 2 stadiums with one trip. So I think right now I'm at 25. So
okay, well, whenever you want to come to an Orlando Magic game, I'll bring you to a Bucks game at the same time. They're only like an hour apart in drive, so I got you, girl. You can stay with me.
All right, I'll be looking. I was like, look, I'm trying to get to Florida. I was like, all right, let's do Miami. Look, I was like, okay, we like
4-hour drive to Miami. Let's go. That Hard Rock Stadium is a beautiful.
Is it okay? That's next on my list. Like, I'm trying to get that. I was looking. I'm like, all right, I'd like check the weekends. I'm like, where's like 2 games back to back? But yeah. definitely get into Florida. That's next on my list. So
come in like December and January when it's a little cooler and
right, and then it's like,
cold
hopefully,
weather.
hey, if the Dolphins suck, the tickets ain't gonna be too crazy. The tickets gonna go down. Look, you be like, let me just, but yeah, no, I'm definitely, and two, I'm off during Christmas, so yeah, might have schedules.
Yes. So let's really quick get into the new rule changes in the NBA. So Adam Silver and the NBA have they got two new rule changes that they just passed a few days ago. I know one of them has to do with flopping, which I found to be extremely interesting, considering the fact that lots and lots of players flop. How do we think this is going to affect those certain players? Because it's going to get real interesting, especially for those who predicate a lot of their game off of the free throws that they get. James Harden.
Yeah. I mean, we saw James Harden's offense kind of decline after they kind of put their foot back on, or they put their foot down on that step back, So is it going to affect him? Who knows? I mean, he don't even got a home right now.
Yeah, and the fact that it's going to be considered an unsportsmanlike technical. If you flop.
Wow.
So it's like intent. Yeah, it's like they're not playing. Like they're really like putting an end to all flopping because it's going to be considered a technical. Like I'm looking at the rules of it right now, like just the details of it right now, and yes, it's going to be an unsportsmanlike technical foul called on the offending player's team, and the opposing team will get a free throw. And referees also won't have to stop play call to a flop or to call a flop, and they can as they can wait until the next stop is in live action if needed to make the call. Possession will not change, however, and flopping violations will be directly reviewed by a coach's challenge. They can, however, be added to a call during a review of a different play. So that's woo. Yeah, what do y'all think, man? That's gonna be intense.
I think they're just trying to keep the flow of the game, and they're trying to cut out those free throws, those pointless free throws where people get mad, like that wasn't a foul. It wasn't a foul. Yeah. So just let's see how that's even. I mean, let's see how that's even going to play out. Because I mean, new rules, you kind of got to give it a trial period to even see if it's going to be a thing. So if it's going to stick. So, but I mean, I like it. Less flopping. This ain't soccer. Keep up. Let's go. I want to see some physical. This ain't soccer.
Yeah. What about you?
I think it'll be good. But right, how is it really gonna play out? Like, let's see if they're really they're on it with these technicals. Like, oh, bro, because when you watch them flopping videos, when they have them, they be like, you ain't even get hit at all. You just fell back, make your head. I mean, it's you definitely.
Or the late reaction flop backs.
Yeah, calm down. So it'll be definitely interesting to see how they enforce it, and if they're like giving them out like a cup of water, like a Gatorade, like here you go, bro, here you go. Then I think the players will get serious. So I think they go kind of test it out, see what they can get, and then if it's like, oh, shit, this real, okay, cool, we gonna stop flopping. But
ladies, I want you guys to do me a favor when you get a chance. Go to the ESPN app and type and look at the NBA rule changes. I think it's in the NBA news part. They have a compilation of the greatest flops in NBA history. The thumbnail picture is Christopher Paul.
Oh,
I find that to be utterly hilarious because when I think of flops, the first one that comes to mind is the one he had against Boogie Cousins, where Boogie Cousins literally did not touch him and he threw himself forward and looked at the ref like something happened to it, like somebody murdered him. Sir, he didn't touch you. He did not touch you. So please do yourself a favor for a good laugh and go check that out.
Greatest flops in NBA history. Yo, some of them just be hurting themselves though. When you watch this video, oh, they got one of Marcus Smart like jumping in the air.
Oh yeah, Marcus Smart he's notorious. He's another one.
Pretty bad. That one's pretty bad.
Yeah, that one. There's a couple Chris Paul ones that are pretty bad. It's hilarious. Honestly, it's very funny. NBA players can't act, man. Y'all can't act worth it.
Oh, that one's a good one.
Which one was it?
What's his name? I can't remember his name right now. I'm having a brain fart. So he was playing with the Clippers. Then he went to the Timberwolves. and then he ended up with the Lakers. Real mouthy guy, plays a lot of defense, not much offense. What's his name? Oh my gosh, it's driving me crazy. You guys know who I'm talking about?
I'm looking at the video now.
He played where?
He was with the Clippers, then he went to the Timberwolves, then
Patrick
he went to
Beverley.
the Lakers. Yes.
Patrick Beverley.
Oh my God.
I knew it started with B. They got him on there looking real crazy.
Oh my God. Not Patrick Beverly, because I know it looks ridiculous. Like, I just know.
He's just extras. I don't know what.
I haven't got extra.
Wait, it's a top 10. Oh, they are childish for this. This is funny though.
I get it though. I understand why they're enforcing this rule. Like, it's just you doing too much. You taking away from the game.
Completely. Oh my God! And the very first one is the DeMarcus Cousins one that I was talking about with football. That's literally the very first one. Bro, like he spent his whole body around. Like what? Oh yeah, the Chris Bosh one that was terrible. Oh, bro.
No more flapping, gentlemen. It's over. It's over.
Yeah.
Play ball.
Knock it off.
Honestly
man.
and truly.
Yeah, enough with the jokes. And then another NBA rule that they just dropped is the coaches are allowed to have a second coaches challenge if the first one is successful. I like it, but then again, I don't, because now we're gonna just be having too many challenges out there. You know, I love it when coaches have the opportunity to call a challenge early in the game, but they know, like, okay, we still got 3 quarters left. I need a challenge. You know? I need it to be real serious. I need it to be like, there's no way that we're going to lose this challenge type of thing. So now with the possibility of having a second challenge, I think that might slow down the game just a little bit, because now my coaches are probably going to be taking the opportunity to use that first challenge within the first half of the game. So, but I mean, who makes those decisions? Like Adam Silver, like, where did you come up with this, that they get a second coach's challenge?
Yeah,
like,
I don't.
Was there complaints?
Probably. I would imagine so. I would imagine so, because they always have like the players only meetings, and like the coaches only meetings, stuff like that. So I'm certain that's probably something that came up.
Yeah,
definitely. But I agree with you. Like I'm not really fond of that one, just because like you said, it's definitely gonna slow the game down a lot, because they're gonna be challenged at everything now. Like every little thing is gonna be challenged. The game is gonna last 4 hours. Like I'm not excited about it. But what about you, Jay?
Yeah, we're doing too many rules. I mean, just to bring this up, I just think it's gonna kind of get out of hand. But I don't know if we can segue into this. But what about this in-season tournament? What about this new? That is the stupidest blasphemy
in the world to me, because so then what is the point of the finals? Like that, why are we having in-season like the WNBA does it, and I think it's stupid, but then when they do it too, because what is this middle, like why, for what then the NBA championship is going to mean nothing at some particular point. Like they're going to make it to a point where it's not going to matter who wins the championship, because it's going to be like this stupid mid-season tournament. Like what kind of, it's dumb. I just think it's blasphemy. But I also didn't like the play-in tournament and end up liking it, so I'm gonna give it a chance.
Yeah. Wait, so does that mean that they're taking away the play-in tournament when it comes to playoffs?
I don't think so. I haven't heard that.
Yeah, I heard that. It's just let's do a random in-season tournament in like November to December. Like what?
Like before the All-Star game?
Here's the what is it? Trophy. Like we've debuted. Like what are we do? What are we doing? What is their
There's
time
more
for that?
opportunity for them to make money.
Honestly, and it's gonna be in Vegas. You mean to tell me?
And you know we're gonna watch it, so
that part. We're gonna watch it. Not only are we gonna watch it, but you mean to tell me you're going to send NBA players to Vegas in the middle of the season? Oof. You think that's a good idea?
I don't know.
Look at what Zion is going through right now. Look at what Zion is going through right now. Right now. Are you going to send these players to Vegas in the middle? Okay.
I mean, are they going to be getting paid more now? Because they're playing all these extra games? Is this going to be like a vote-in thing, or they get voted in by the fans? I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah.
I guess he's just trying to make things more interesting. I don't know.
Yeah, I think they're gonna essentially kind of count as regular season games. So I don't think they're gonna be playing more
Oh,
games.
okay.
So it's gonna be like in the flow of the 82 games. But it's like I said, it really doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. But then again, like I said, I didn't like to play in tournament either at first. So I'm gonna give it a chance. I think it sounds stupid right now, but I'm gonna give it a chance.
We'll see how it turns out.
Yeah, we definitely shall see. But I think that will wrap up another episode of the Sports Senseis. Thank you so much, guys, for joining us. Thank you to our good sis Carolina T for coming on the show once again. Always a pleasure to have you, sis. Can't wait to have you on again. We'll definitely be discussing that girls trip. Ladies, as always,
let us know, audience, if you want a vlog. If you guys
please,
if a vlog of this girls trip of us going to Las Vegas.
Yes, let's get it. Let's get a good vote and see if you guys would like a vlog, because I personally would love to do a vlog while we were in
I
Vegas.
ain't trying no THC drink or whatever.
Yeah, no,
I ain't doing that. That's South Carolina.
Nope. Listen,
she was in a dream state walking into the Sweetie concert, like not knowing where she was at. Thought she was on planet somewhere else.
Yeah, I love you.
By herself too. She wild.
Yeah, I love you, sis, but I'm not doing no marijuana drink. I can't. My tolerance is not that high. I personally would probably be more paranoid than anything. So like, I'm gonna just stick to my tequila. I'm gonna stick to the rivers and lakes that I'm used to.
Rivers and lakes that I'm used to.
You know, hey,
okay, chasing waterfalls.
Okay,
come on, reference. Come on, 90s baby. You can stick with me now. Stick with me.
I ain't never heard that phrase ever in my life.
TLC.
Life.
When did Ruth grow up? Ruth was born in the wait. Y'all,
I was
you guys
born
are like a few years apart.
I was no child.
You were born
she
in
said,
what?
don't try me. I ain't no child.
I was born in '93. Did you not see the jersey?
Oh, that's cute. That's cute.
She said that's cute.
Wait, Jay, I was born in '91. Don't do that.
Don't do dang! I was like, dang, I'm the old head over here because y'all are like a few years apart. Hey, we back there, but we don't need to talk about that. 80s baby, 80s baby. That's all we say.
She's
80s baby.
80s baby. We're gonna leave it at that. Where's CT at 80s baby? Get her back so she can talk.
Why you go put CT in it? She have nothing.
She'll come back. She'll be 80s baby. Come on, CT.
Yeah, she's got like an 18-year-old, so I know that which is crazy because she looks like she's 18.
No,
she looks like she's 18 and she's got an 18-year-old. I'm like, huh?
That's insane. I still cannot believe that. That's insane. But you know what?
Crazy.
That's what happens when you take care of yourself and you mind your business. You look young. And
stay in your lane and you live life happy.
There you go.
CT, you the best.
Absolutely. We are definitely going to wrap up this episode of the Sports Sensei. You know where to find us, but in case you don't, just go ahead and shout out your social medias real quick so the people can follow along.
Yes, I just launched my website, truth-media.com, so please go check that out. Merch coming soon. Follow me on Instagram, Root the Truth. Same tag on or same handle on Twitter as well. Stay linked with your girl. Go give my Facebook page a like, The Moment of Truth with Ruth, and subscribe to me on YouTube, The Moment of Truth with Ruth.
Her and Jay, let them know.
Yeah, just Janae and Nicole. Janae and Nicole on Twitter, Janae and Nicole on Instagram, Janae and Nicole on Facebook, and all
Janae and Nicole real life.
Janae and Nicole real life. That's what we doing. Janae and Nicole.
Period. And also, you can find me on Instagram, Sensei_33, on Facebook, my regular name, Milana Trap. And as well, I just made a new TikTok page. Please go follow my new TikTok page. The Sensei with 2 eyes and the number 3 the number 3 after it. So go follow it, because I am going to start posting more content as I'm going to be vlogging the entire King season this particular season. So definitely be on the lookout for that. Nice. And once again, thank you guys for joining us on the show. Y'all have a great rest of your night. Peace out.
See you later.
Bye.
See you later. Battery's 40%. Connected to iPhone 177.
I wanna hear you. Can you say no? Let's go.